Today I want to talk about regressions and behaviors that may come back that were gone at some point. When we regress, it's normally caused by a drastic change in schedule or traumas that might happen, even if it's something small in a schedule like the sun going down at a different point in time because of daylight savings. We regress because we're going into a more what feels natural to us, and we're trying to grasp what control of our bodies that we have. You don't have to worry too much if they were not doing those behaviors before, if they were getting better. Most likely, if they didn't have those behaviors before, or they weren't doing it as much before, it's a good sign and it will most likely go away again. A lot of the times during these regressions we might rage, and our rages are because of many different problems that might happen, like untied shoes or other frustrations. It's just a variety of different things that might cause these rages. The reason why we rage is because we get these horrible emotions, this horrible feeling in our stomachs, and the only way to get those emotions out is through violent movements. A way to help with these problems, which first you want to try to keep them calm and try to keep them from raging in the first place by talking to them calmly and trying to relieve their problems through means of fidgets, which are like rubber bands, or exercise, or having them do things that they enjoy to try to keep them calm. Rages are, we black out and everything goes red when we rage, and it's not don't take things personal, because if we say something during the rage, we don't really mean it. We just lose complete control. And there was a story about my mom told me, that when I was raging once, after about 10 minutes, I came out of it and I just started crying and apologizing to my mother because I didn't realize at the time what I did until after. So we're not in complete control during rages. You do not ever restrain them during a rage. That puts them in danger, and that puts you in danger. You want to give them space, talk to them calmly, and make sure to not touch them, because that only makes them worse. During a rage, you want to help them get through those motions and help them get those violent movements out of the way safely by giving them a piece of paper to rip up or crumple up, or giving them a Nerf ball to throw against a wall, giving them a rubber band to pull and stretch, or other things just to kind of get those emotions out safely without them hurting you, because restraining them only makes them angrier. During this time, you want to try to keep a schedule to help with the behaviors and the regression. If they go to school at a certain time and wake up for a certain time, even if they're not at school at this point in time, you want to try to have them wake up at around the same time that they go to school. If they do math at school at 12 p.m., then have them do a math workbook at 12 p.m. If they normally do PE at 2 p.m., then have them do jumping jacks at 2 p.m. Exercise is very important at this time to try to get those emotions out before it reaches a point where we rage. Right now, one of the biggest things is keeping a consistent schedule, but also try to keep them distracted, because right now our minds are bouncing all over and we can't stop thinking about everything, and our minds will go to the worst case scenario every single time, and we can't stop it. So right now, distracting them is key. to kind of calm them down and keep their minds from going over and over. My mind always struggles to stop when I go to sleep, so I have to take meds or I wouldn't be able to sleep. You just want to keep them calm, and another thing is during these negative behaviors they have, you don't want to shame them. You want to let them know that what they're doing is wrong, but you don't want to shame them or take away tools that they use. You want to try to do the M&M theory, which is where you reward them for the good behaviors, which is very, very helpful for people with autism to reward good behaviors. So if they do something good, like the theory says, you give them an M&M, and you want to make sure they know what they're doing is correct. So try to keep, in conclusion, keep a consistent schedule, keep them distracted, reward good behaviors, and try to keep them calm through things they enjoy before rages, and if they're raging, do not restrain them during rages. You want to try to get them to get those emotions out through things like ripping paper. So please make sure they're safe, and that's all I had to say for today. Bye.